Adjacent to South Africa's Western Platinum Belt, where platinum, palladium, rhodium, chrome, and nickel are extracted for the world's advancement, lies the Kgaswane Mountain Reserve. 5,000 hectares core conservation zone within the UNESCO-declared Rustenburg Biosphere Reserve. The reserve is situated on the summit, eastern slopes, and foothills of the Rustenburg, an ancient seabed eroded into a magnificent mountain landscape. It is composed of two distinct geomorphological regions, the high plateaus and the low-lying valleys. On the crest and upper slopes, the absence of dense vegetation promotes stormwater flow into cracks and crevices of quartzite rocks, which seeps out further downslope, sustaining springs and wetlands. The surrounding geological evidence shows remnants of an inland seabed. The story of the Rustenburg mountain range began 2.7 billion years ago, when layers of quartzite, shale, and dolomite were laid down in an ancient inland sea. About 2 billion years ago, molten rock surged upward, forming the Bushveld complex, now the source of South Africa's platinum wealth. The immense weight of this magma pressed down on the older rocks, tilting them and raising their edges to create the dramatic scarps we see in Kgaswane today. The plateau of Kgaswane holds the largest wetland in the Northwest Province and is fed by numerous springs. In 2019, this wetland was listed as a Ramsar site and forms part of the headwaters of the Teerkloof waterfall into the Waterkloof Spruit. Kgaswane's wetlands and grasslands act like a giant sponge, storing rainfall and slowly releasing it through the Waterkloof Spruit, the reserve's lifeblood. This wetland system reduces flood peaks by up to 57% and boosts dry season flows by 13%, ensuring high-quality water for communities, livestock, and nature downstream. Kgaswane's landscapes shift from grassland to shrubland to mixed woodland, with pockets of fynbos and endemic species like this special aloe. Over 115 tree and bush species thrive here, alongside rare and threatened plants. Some 500 antelope species roam the reserve. This includes red hartebeest, grey reebok, mountain reedbuck, eland, to the iconic sable antelope. A few elusive predators still patrol the wilderness, including the leopard, but one is more likely to see its favored prey, the baboon, patrolling for wild apricots and fruits. Over 320 bird species shelter in Kgaswane, among them the largest African eagle, which is listed as vulnerable. The martial eagle, a symbol of the reserve's role as a sanctuary for threatened wildlife. Yet even here, in this protected area, challenges persist. A study conducted by the University of the Witwatersrand concluded that sable antelope are stressed by fences, roads, campsites, and noise. Whilst the reserve is considered to be too small for the needs of the eland population, dedicated conservation and restoration measures are in place, with ongoing monitoring of birds, mammals, plants, and water quality. Along the upper reaches of the Waterkloof-Spruit lies the Teerkloof waterfall, a spectacular cascade feeding riparian forests rich in birdlife and medicinal plants. The lower reaches of the Waterkloof-Spruit are a sacred natural site for traditional health practitioners and members of the Zion Christian Church and several African churches. It is here below the mighty waterfall and empowered by sacred animals like the eland moving past it that the water is collected for religious and spiritual purposes. For those who seek a wilderness experience, Kgaswane offers a magnificent 3-day hike, including the Waterkloof-Spruit and the waterfall. Kgaswane Mountain Reserve is more than a protected area. It is water, wildlife, and solace from the maddening world. A place where the voice of the ancestors can still be heard, and the wilderness is close enough to be accessible to many.